that the materials nature of the Kagwa turned against him to make his life in danger because the king told the guards to find the talking call because but his if he tells lie the skull speaks no word the Kagwa should be died immediately. So in the forest they uh, went for finding the talking skull. For night and day, they went all around the forest. But this increased our curiosity because we don't know what is going to happen in the next. Mm, we can think that the Kakwa will be dying in the next stanza, or he will get rewards from the king to finding a talking skull. But then after some days they found the skull. The Kakwa asked the same word when she uttered the first meeting of the skull. How did you come here? But the skull is no said nothing to Kagwa. The Kagwa implored for his life for the and begged for his life for the skull, but the skull doesn't didn't tell anything to Kagwa. So the guards said Kagwa to kneel down and kill him with a spear. In the starting of the poem, the Kagwa killed the lion with the sword and the spear. Here also he is killed by the sword and the spear. It is very tragedy and it gives us a humor and a comedy because we don't believe that the skull doesn't speak now and the talking skull. It is very tragedy and comedy. So this whole poem is a tragedy and the comedic combined thing. uh, then suddenly after his Kagwa's death, the skull opened its mouth and asked Huntsman, "How did you come here?" And the dead man realized that the moral value, the silence is gold. Talking brought me here. The whole poem is very moral to us because uh, we know that the adults told us to not to speak too much to elder people. This poem teaches a very good moral value. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie, for your wonderful explanation. And now I'm going to talk about the poem To the Evening Star. The poem To the Evening Star was written by the romantic poet William Blake. He's an English poet and he was belonging to the Romantic era. He was also one of the Romantics. And this is the historical background of this, that 18th century can be introduced as a time period which brought light to the country's economy, but darkness to its human values. At the height of the industrialization, the society was in a race to earn the money and climb up in the social ladder. That social ladder means the classes and the caste. And corruption, high morality rate, economic imbalance, prostitution, and pollution were some of the many problems that were faced by the British during his time. As a result of that, some artists started focusing on the main concern around nature in order to escape from reality. William Wordsworth, John Keats, Emily Dickinson, and Samuel Taylor kindly introduce a few of the escape artists who attempt to escape the reality by focusing on nature and sideline rather than the focusing on the actual problems which prevailed in the society. Such artists were later called as romantics. So William Blake is also one of them. So William Blake's poem can be categorized into two as a poetry of innocence and experience. In the poems of innocence, Blake highly influenced by the reality of the nature and he didn't fall into a dream, but he represents the things as they are. In the poems of experience, he extremely describes what he came to know. For an example, in the poem of William Blake, The London, he is wandering through a city of and he notices weakness, why in every faces, and hears nothing but the cries of the chimney sweep, soldiers wounded, marriage, and conventional morality. So let's get into the poem. The title of the poem is The To Evening Star. The title is an ode that the poet addresses the evening star, and the preposition to indicates that. So, evening star is an ode to Venus. Venus is considered to the Roman and the goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. When we see the poem has 14 lines and it's a sonnet. So, there are the octave and sonnet part. In the octave part, the poet describes that how the love and affection is delivered to the whole world by the evening star. In the sonnet, he worries that how the whole world becomes a victim of danger and ferocity due to the disappearance of the star. Let me see the first line. Though haired angel of the evening. Here the evening star, Venus is personified, giving it the divine quality. The image of the fair-haired angel suggests not only the beauty and the power of protection and healing as an angel. Evening star is considered as a Greek goddess Venus. Venus is a Roman goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. The poet seems starting a prayer to the god by praising her beauty and her power of protection. The poet has used a metaphorical language that the star is compared to the angel. In the lines, now whilst the sun rests on the mountain's light, thy bright torch of love, the radiant crown, put on the smile upon our evening bed, smile on our loves. Here the poet says, after sunset, the appearance of the evening star soothes people with its beauty and glamour. Poet requests us to a light and a bright torch of love, and we are the radiant crown smiling upon the tired ones and their velvets. The bright torch of love and the radiant crown is suggestive of the bright glimmer it spreads. The personified actions of the sun and the evening star creates a kinetic image which the reader can see movements. And in lines of and while thou rovest the blue curtains of the sky, scatter thy silver dew on every flower that shuts its sweet eyes in timeless sleep. Here the poet requests the Venus to scatter evening dew on withering flowers. Blue curtains and silver dew creates a beautiful visual imagery in the evening time. Blue curtains suggest the color of the sky after sunset. Flower is personified, giving the human characteristic or quality as shuttering eyes. Sweet eyes may suggest the flower in full bloom, which is going to wither. Scattering dew on the flower may suggest to the soothe it or keep it alive for some more time. In the lines, let the west wind sleep on the lake, speak silence with thy gleaming eyes, and watch the dusk with silver. Here the poet requests to the evening star to put the west wind asleep, making the environment silent. If the lake make ripples on the lake, it would be disturb the silence and make the dusk mighty dusk the dark evening. Colors a silver with the reflection of the star in the lake. That shows the poet believes the evening star possesses power to stop the natural force, and make the environment more picture. Speak silence suggests the celebrating of the beauty of the silence to make the scene enchanting. Glimmering eyes means eyes covered by tears. Here that the maybe the reflection of the star on the water creating such image. Soon does the withdraw, then the wolf rages white and the lion glares to the dense forest. Here the poet understands that the fact that every power and beauty does not last long, that the evening star has a depart when the night falls and during the daytime. During this period of time, the people would not receive the protection of Venus. Wolf rages white suggests the falling of night, and the night glares maybe suggest the morning. Poet suggested the stationary nature of everything and helplessness of the human before the evil forces suggested by the wolf rage and lion glare. The fleeces of our plugs are covered with the scared dew, protect them with the thine influence. Although the evening star departs after its short appearance, the holy effect creates remains on the devout ones. Poet requested the star to protect the innocents and the from the dangerous forces with her holy power during her absence. Scared dew brings the poem a holy effect after the prayer is done to her by the poet. In this poem, the power of evening star is celebrated over the nature and the human life. It is seen as a guardian as well as a force that beautifies environment. In the end, the poet requested the evening star to save the innocents from the evil forces. These are the analyzing of the line by line of the poem. Uh, when we see the themes of the poem, which are reflected from the wonderful creation of the William Blake, that they are love, affection, innocence versus experience, fertility, and the protection of the nature. That the nature wants, we are child of the nature, so the nature protects our us like a children of them. So these are deep analyzing of the wonderful creation of the William Blake. And thanks for hearing me. And good evening, all of you. Our teacher, Atchuthan Yogarajah, our most valued invited guest, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. In this wonderful occasion, our students spoke about the literary topics which are related to the OL syllabus. And thank you for your participating, guys. And I hope that you will make your next performance on the next Sunday best of yours. All the best for that thing. All right, the Bill Gates always says that power comes not from the knowledge kept, but the power comes from the shared one. So the presentation is a sharing one, and it is not also a single one. That the that for a presentation we take notes and search information from, so, and we also do rehearsals so many times for that. So the whole presentation will be memorized automatically, so we can easily write many